Good morning and happy Saturday morning, everybody. Just a reminder, there will be no video on Monday because it is Christmas. So the next time you'll hear from me will be Tuesday. And ahead of time, I wish everybody a safe and happy holiday. Now, we have a lot to cover. Let's get there. Let's go. We're starting off with Sophie, the Duchess of Edinburgh, because she went to a reception as Global Ambassador for the International Agency for the Prevention of Blindness at St. James Palace. Looks like this took place in November, but she looks lovely. Moving on. Now, sticking with Sophie and, of course, Edward, there's a lot of chatter about the fact that the Duke of Edinburgh title is not a hereditary one. So Edward is not going to be able to pass the dukedom down to, his son James, which might encourage James to join, the firm when the time is right. And I agree. I think this is something that should become a hereditary title. It's being brought up that while Harry and Meghan ran off to the United States and they're using their titles for personal gain, Edward and Sophie have continued to do, the quiet public service and the traditions of the monarchy, just like Elizabeth and Philip did. And the article says they've deliberately chosen a difficult and unfashionable causes to highlight, like Sophie helping women who have been the victims of sexual violence. And Edward is meeting thousands of people who have achieved the gold in the Duke of Edinburgh Award, setup. And it would be nice if it was set as a hereditary title, because these two work really hard. So what they want is for the king to turn the dukedom from a life peerage into the hereditary title so that, they can keep it in their family. I think that's a cool idea. Moving on. Next up, that King Charles is going to do a Christmas Day speech, and he apparently wrote the speech himself this time without the help of advisors. They're saying that the king is becoming more confident in his instinctual approach to public speaking, but they feel like the Christmas message should be reviewed and edited before the filming and production, and then it's going to be shown on BBC. Now, you may not realize that last year the same thing happened. Officials were only allowed to make small changes, which went alongside footage, archived footage, which was included by the producers, and they're saying that the same approach is going to take place this year. That the advisors want to lend him a helping hand, but Charles understands that he's at his best when he's speaking, off the cuff, as it were. Well, you know what I mean. We don't know what topics he's going to talk about this year. Last year it was pretty obvious, but we don't know if he's going to talk about Gaza or his coronation or the environment or climate change. We just don't know what he's going to say. But I look forward to his speech. All right, moving on. All right, there's going to be a documentary that's going to be shown on Boxing Day, I believe it is, and it's Charles's first year as monarch. There's going to be a lot of behind-the-scenes footage and interviews with family members and senior royals, and one of the people they talk to is Princess Anne. After the Queen's death, Princess Anne said that she felt a weird sense of relief that it's finished, that the responsibility was being moved on. She said there was a time where the Queen felt it would be more difficult if she died at Balmoral, and we told her that, she should do what she thinks is right. She also revealed she wasn't supposed to be there. She just stopped over on her way back down south, and then her mother died. It doesn't surprise me to know that once the Queen realized she was dying, instead of thinking of herself, as usual, she tried to worry about others, saying that it would be more difficult to organize her funeral if she died at Balmoral. And I'm glad the family told her, you do what's right for you. Wonderful. Next up, we're going to move out to Piers Morgan, who decided to put out his own awards, literally. So let's take a look at some of the people that he, gave awards to. The least credible lickspittle award went to Scobie, who Piers said accidentally smeared King Charles and the Princess of Wales as the two supposedly royal racists in a Dutch edition of his book. Then he lied about it. The name Omid means hope in Persian, which is ironic given how utterly hopeless he is, per Piers Morgan. And the award for the worst book went to Prince Harry for his book, The Spare, where he invaded everyone's privacy, including his family, friends, and even the poor woman he lost his virginity to outside of a pub, while simultaneously bleating about invasions into his own privacy. He should have named it, per Piers Morgan, Spare Me. Now he had some other awards. He gave Celebrity of the Year to Taylor Swift. He gave the top tweeter to Gary Linkletter. The unluckiest holiday maker is Prime Minister Rishi Sunak. The most deluded politician is Nicola Sturgeon. Believe me, this is a good article. You guys need to find it and read up on everybody and all the awards that Piers is handing out this year. Moving on. We're moving back now to this coffee ad from Instagram again because you guys had a lot of comments about this. But you had one overriding theme that a lot of people put comments down about, and I wanted to address those. A lot of people noticed that everybody else stayed in their same outfits, but Meghan Markle changed her outfit 4 times. How weird is that? That everybody else wore the same thing, but she kept changing her clothing. Well, what does that remind you of? Well, that reminds you of the Netflix docu-series. Do you guys remember that? Here's Harry in the long sleeve shirt. Look at Meghan's shirt. Here she is now in that same shirt with the sleeves rolled up, and Harry's in the long sleeve shirt. How about when they filmed in their house? Here he is in a short-sleeved black, collared shirt. Meghan's in the dress. Then here they are sitting at the table. Harry's in the black shirt. Meghan's in a different shirt. Here they are for Easter. Meghan's changed clothes. Harry's still in the black shirt. I think Meghan's the only one who changed clothes. And they filmed it all within a day or two, and Harry didn't change. But they're right. Look, here's Meghan in kind of a grayish sweater. Then here she is in a different blue top. Then here she's wearing a black shirt as she's leaning into the fridge. And then in the final shot, she's in a blue shirt. You guys are super observant. I didn't even notice that initially. Now, something else was noticed, by the way. At the end, it looks like this was taped a year ago and just released. Because she says, well, just listen.
Our incredible, resilient fulfillment team that have helped make 2022 such a big success.
Did you catch that? She said 2022. So when Meghan filmed that other commercial, she filmed this one too. Here it is slowed down.
Our incredible, resilient fulfillment team that have helped make 2022 such a big success.
So, yep, this was filmed back in 2022 and just released. But this isn't the first time they've played around with the dates and the pictures. How about this next story? Harry and Meghan, who only did 11 events all year in 2023 because they really don't work. According to immigration authorities, they entered Costa Rica December 14th and then left on December 20th. And it looks like for once they might have taken their kids. Now, this is very interesting because look at the pictures that came out of the kids. And that's why I have no doubt that they were in Costa Rica. But I think these pictures with the kids were taken at another time. Let me explain. To start with, I am very concerned about this statement that supposedly somebody called immigration and immigration confirmed when they left the country and when they come back. This is immigration that won't even release Harry's, visa. Why would they tell anybody the movements of Harry and Meghan? I think this was taken on the day they were leaving because Harry's waving goodbye. They're walking the kids to the car. They're getting in the car. So obviously this is Harry, and I have no doubt that that was Meghan. But the question is, why are we just now seeing pictures of the kids? Well, Catherine just showed her kids at the baby bank. And after all, it is Christmas time. And what did I tell you guys a gazillion times before? Every time Harry and Meghan need some PR, they wheel out the kids. And as usual, the pictures are photoshopped and they play with the media. So like this picture, the kid just happens to be looking the other direction so you can't see their face. Then this picture popped up and you have Meghan, who's wearing a hat to protect herself from the sun. Notice her child, who supposedly is blonde or redheaded, doesn't have any sun protection on. A big thank you to Resting Doll Face for pointing out that this outfit that she's wearing seems to be the one that she was caught wearing last year when she was out shopping. That does look like the same outfit to me. Now look at this picture of Harry holding what's supposed to be Lilibet in July 4th. So you're talking 5 months ago. Kids grow like weeds. Look how long her legs are. Now look at the legs here with Meghan. Yeah, it looks like the kid hasn't grown at all, which makes me think that these are old pictures that were held and just now released. In all seriousness, I mean, maybe these pictures were taken last year and they just released them, just like with the coffee advert. It was done last year and just released. They do this to keep themselves in the media so they have something to pull out to go against the royal family whenever they've got a lot of media attention. That's what I think is going on. Well, articles are coming out now saying that Meghan is gearing up for a fund rebrand because she overdid the victim card. She's trying to establish her own kind and standalone brand, it's being reported, which is one of the reasons why she was in that coffee commercial. I got to be honest, I don't think it's going to... How many times have we heard that she's going to rebrand? How many times? How many times do you have to rebrand? If you just wouldn't be mean to people, you wouldn't have to rebrand. All right, next up, this doesn't surprise me. We all know that Omid literally ran to Los Angeles. He's now living in Los Angeles. And it's being said that the reason he did that is because Meghan is going to work with him because his writing career is essentially dead in the water after everything he did with Endgame. Now, Omid has confirmed that he's looking into other quote-unquote mediums for his next choice of work. Writing, podcast, TV. I don't think anybody would touch him with a 10-foot pole. I got to be honest. I think he markled himself by doing this book. And let's face it, if Meghan doesn't help him, he's going to come out and admit that she helped him with the book. All right, and finally, we know that Oprah and Tyler Perry got together and they did a new musical remake of The Color Purple. And it's only airing, if I understand correctly, I could be wrong, but if I understand correctly, it's only airing on Christmas Day or streaming on Christmas Day. Okay, so anyway, here's Tyler Perry, here's Oprah after she used Ozempic. She's lost a ton of weight. All these stars were there at the premiere, but guess who was not there? Meghan Markle. And so everybody's saying, Tyler Perry lent Meghan and Harry his home. Oprah interviewed them. They're supposedly neighbors and such good friends. How come Meghan and Harry were not invited? Good question. And finally, a blind item came out that again is insinuating that Tyler Perry is the bully there. Be interested to see what's going on. All right, just a reminder, the link to my Patreon is in the description box. Don't forget to go sign up for that. Also, a reminder, there will be no video on Monday because it's Christmas. I hope everybody has a safe and happy holiday. Don't forget to hit the like button and the subscribe button. If you've already hit that subscribe button, you might want to double check. Make sure you're still subscribed. For those of you who've donated to my coffee fund, thank you so much. And as always, you guys, have a great day.